You do life.
For the past 2 weeks, all I've been hearing in the news are acronyms, ACA, AHCA, and both of the folks that are supporting each of these plans are not supportive of the other plans, and it's confusing. Here to demystify this process, as well as talk a little bit about the world that he's been living and breathing, and I know it's a very hot topic right now, is my friend Tom Miroballi, who is an expert in the world of insurance, all kinds of insurance, and I'm thrilled to have him here in studio. Tom, welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you for having me. How are you doing?
Fantastic.
Wonderful,
Tom, let's talk about insurance. Let's talk about all of the things that you do. First of all, let's learn a little bit about your business. How long have you been in the world of insurance, health insurance, life insurance, and others?
I've been in the world of insurance since 1996, and I'm a broker, and I concentrate primarily on health insurance and long-term care insurance. And I do have representatives that I use that can do workman's compensation, general liability, automobile, home, things like that. But since health insurance is such a very, very touchy subject right now, and the costs are just going through the roof, you have to get a little innovative. So I'm concentrating on health insurance, and I'm providing people health insurance all year long.
You're an educator because you're involved in teaching people, even on plans that, and I know you and I before the segment, we had an opportunity to talk a little bit. You know, you have your opinions as far as where things are going. You follow
Correct.
the news like I do. Mm-hmm. But regardless of what plan ends up in place in 2018 or 2020, I know, Tom Miroballi, you're going to be around and guiding and advising people along the way.
I am.
So where's your office located?
I'm in downtown Lisle at 4745 Main Street, up on Suite 209. And Lisle is just right out off Ogden Avenue in Maine, just a little east of Route 53.
So folks that are running a business and a small business, and there's a lot of conversation about this, about small businesses, less than 50 employees, more than 50 employees, what can you help them with?
Well, one of the things that I'm really concentrating on groups is basically smaller groups. Here's the problem. With the individual plans, which I sell a lot of individual plans, the networks, doctors are not accepting these plans, be it Blue Cross, Aetna, United Healthcare, whoever. So I am taking small employers of 1, 2, and 3 people in putting them into group health insurance plans. The difference is that the group health insurance market accepts many more doctors and hospitals.
Interesting. And you mentioned Blue Cross Blue Shield, and I know that on your website, you mentioned that you're an independent producer for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois.
Correct.
Tell us what that means for our listeners, why that's important for them to know.
I don't work directly for Blue Cross. Blue Cross has their own sales reps. I'm an independent. So as being an independent contractor, I can represent other companies. But Blue Cross really has its footprint here in Illinois, and they're one of the most dependable companies out there.
So unlike somebody that's on their sales force, you are able to look at all of the options
Yes.
that are available and determine what is right for either
Correct.
an individual, if they have pre-existing conditions.
Correct.
Can you advise them on what they should do?
Yes. And right now, a lot of people, since we're out of open enrollment, everybody's trying to figure out how we can do a special enrollment provision to get them into the Affordable Care Act. Now, I also sell plans that are not in concert or do not meet the mandates for the Affordable Care Act, much less premium. And they're all PPOs, bigger choice of doctors.
So on Get Down to Business every week, we talk quite a bit about professionals, and we talk about young professionals,
Yes.
folks that are just finishing college and getting into the workforce. And certainly we'll talk with Linda Nichols in a little while, and
All
we'll
right.
talk a little bit about the types of things that they should be looking
Yes.
for in up-and-coming industries. We also talk about the aging workforce and folks that might be in transition that may not have wanted to be in transition, and they sometimes have to look for plans on their own. Tell us a little bit about Medicare supplements and some of the other situations that folks are dealing with, and again, how you could help them.
Well, I would rather sell people a Medicare supplement program because the choice of doctors is far-reaching. Okay, Medicare supplements is more of a PPO type of system, where if you go with Medicare Advantage, it's basically an HMO. Okay, and those are very costly. They advertise zero premiums. That's not really true because you have such a high cash out of pocket that it's almost impossible to have a comfortable feeling with an HMO. Some people like it, some people don't.
Sure. Well, Tom Miroballi, so again, fascinating approach, and certainly as I call you an educator, because I think that's what you're doing. You're educating people. You're guiding people along the way. We know that there's a lot of options. There's a lot of folks involved in insurance, but what people need, they need an educator. They need somebody that will guide them.
Actually, I would say they need an educator and an advocate. You need somebody that is going to go ahead and go to bat for you when you have a claim.
And you're Chicago-based. You're in downtown Lisle, as you mentioned, and your plans. You're able to recommend plans that provide guaranteed acceptance for HSA plans for those under 65.
Yes.
With Medicare supplements for as low as $51 a month. We have just over half a minute remaining. I want to make sure our listeners can get a hold of you. Where can they find you, Tom, to learn more?
Just call me. I'm available 7 days a week at 630-863-3477. 630-863-3477. Or you can go to my website, or you can call me or email me at tmirobally@yahoo.com.
Fantastic. And once again, the website is healthinsuranceplanschicago.com, because that's what Tom Miroballi is offering. Again, give him a call. He can educate and he can be your advocate. But Tom, we'll be having you back on the program. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We'll be back in just a few moments with more of Get Down to Business.